Good afternoon, everyone. I warmly welcome all of you to the first lab session of Programming Fundamentals. Okay, before starting the lab session, I want to know that whether am I properly audible to you? Can someone respond whether am I audible to you or not?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, now I am going to start the practical session. Before starting the practical session, I want to give you some introduction of the programming fundamentals. Okay, so here today is the first practical session. Here I put a paragraph. Throughout the practical coding exercises in this module, we engage with the C programming language, and as well as to facilitate this learning journey, we make use of CLion IDE, Integrated Development Environment, developed by the JetBrains. Okay, by using this combination of tools, we can get the hands-on experience in C programming language. Okay, now sometimes you might have problem with what does it mean by IDE, what does it mean by programming languages, those things also. Okay, now I think you have completed 2 or 3 lectures, isn't it? You have completed the basic of the programming languages in 2 or 3 lectures, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Then you might heard about how to write pseudocodes and as well as the flowcharts. Okay. Now you know the programming languages are used to solve the real world problems in computation. Okay. Whatever the problems in the real world, we are going to sort out those things that solve the problems using the computer program. Okay, in order to do this one, first you have to identify the instructions. Okay, computer program is a set of instructions. You must learn how to write a set of instructions. Okay, that is why first you need to learn pseudocodes as well as the flowcharts. Okay, that how the program should be flow. You must learn those things using the flowcharts and the what you call pseudocodes. Okay, so once you know the how to solve a problem, then you need to write a computer program in order to solve that problem in real environment. Okay, in order to do this one, you need to choose a programming language. Okay, here in this programming fundamentals, we use C programming language for the writing the codes. Okay, as well as we use the CLion integrated development environment. Okay, sometimes you might heard about what does it mean by integrated development environment. Okay, I will teach you those things later. Okay, first you must learn that how a C programming, that means a set of code in C programming, how does it works? Okay, uh, I will little bit demonstrate using a whiteboard. Okay, now I think my whiteboard is visible to everyone. Can someone respond whether this whiteboard is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, now you need to write the instruction to solve the problem. Okay, instruction can be written in a piece of code in a traditional notepad, that means text file. Okay, you can write whatever the instruction, set of instruction to be executed. Okay, we call this is a source code. Okay, we call this is a source code. Okay, this source code we call in another language, another phrase called high level language. Okay, however, this high-level language cannot be identified by a computer or machine. Therefore, you need to convert this set of code to a machine executable file, that means machine readable language. Okay, you need to convert. In order to convert the C program, we use a tool called compiler. By using the compiler, you can create an executable file. We call exe file. Exe means executable file in Windows environment. Okay. In the other environment, the executable file file type may be different. For an example, if you are using the Mac operating system, it can be a DMG. Likewise, if you are using the Linux, it can be a different file type. However, most of you are comfortable with the Windows environment. We use the exe file, that means executable file. Okay, here you wrote the code in plain English, but you need to follow the syntax, that instruction governed by the programming language. You have to obey the rules in the programming language, but however, you can write the code using human readable language. Okay, then you convert it to the machine readable language. We call it is in binary form, that means 1010 likewise. Okay, that means it can be high or low voltage, or sometimes 10, that means yes or no. The computer can identify only this binary language. Okay, so whatever the code you written here, however, you need to convert it to this machine readable language. Therefore, we use a tool called compiler. Okay, throughout this course, we use GCC compiler to compile whatever the source code into the machine readable language. Okay, for an example, you can open a particular legacy notepad. You can use notepad or notepad plus plus. Okay, and here you can write set of codes. Okay, here I just say blah blah blah. So suppose that this is a programming language, whatever the things, then these things, whatever the things, cannot be identified by a computer. Okay, you need to convert this one to a machine language. Okay, I will show you a real example. Okay, suppose that you need to print something on the screen. Okay, let's say hello world. Suppose that you need to print this hello world on the screen. Okay, in order to print, now you have, in order to print the hello world on the screen, you need to give the set of instruction to the computer. Print hello world on the standard output. Okay, on the screen, it can be a monitor, it can be your laptop screen, or it can be a printer, or whatever the one. Okay, then what you have to do, you have to provide set of instruction to the hardware. Okay, these set of instruction may different from hardware to hardware. Okay, that means if you are using hardware to hardware, actually platform to platform. Okay, that means if you are using the Windows environment, you have to give a set of instruction by the Windows operating system to their hardware to print hello world. Okay, if you are using a Mac operating system, you need to give a different set of instruction in order to print the same hello world. Okay, therefore, in C programming language, it is platform dependent. Okay, you can write a program in any other platform, but you need a different compiler to a different platforms. Okay, today I am going to set the environment for the Windows operating system, how to write, that means how to write and compile a C program, okay, in Windows environment. Okay, now first I will give you an example before before setting up the environment. Let's say you need to print hello world on the screen. Then you need to write set of instructions. What are the set of instruction? Here I write hash include stdio.h. After that, so meanwhile, if you have any question, you can ask, you can unmute your mic. And you can also, otherwise you can use the chat session, and you have to use void main. And here you need to write printf. So this is a sample code segment in C programming language in order to print hello world on the screen. Okay. So you need to compile this program and convert it to the machine readable language likewise. Okay. This one we call the high level language, human readable. That means human can understand, not all the human. Those who have the programming knowledge, they can understand this set of program print hello world on the screen. Okay. But computer doesn't know what does it mean by this printf, what is this hash include, those things. Therefore, you need to convert this one to the ones and zero, that means machine readable language. In order to convert this one to the machine readable language, we need a tool called GCC compiler. Okay. First, what you have to do, you have to install GCC compiler on your computer. Okay. Today, I am going to teach you how to install an IDE. Okay, what is the difference between IDE and the compiler? Okay, you might have a problem. What does it mean by an IDE? IDE, that means an integrated development environment, is a software application that provides the comprehensive and unified platform for software developers to create, test, and debug and manage their code in proper way. Okay. Sometimes you may think that what does it mean by create, test, debug, those things. Okay, that means create code, test code. If you want, you can debug and manage code. That means version controlling likewise. Okay, those things you can do with the integrated development environment using an IDE. Okay, so this is a traditional notepad. Okay, you cannot do much of things using this traditional notepad. Okay, that you can write whatever the things. Okay, but if you are using an IDE, there are several advantages. Okay, what are the advantages if you are using uh, IDE? Okay, that means integrated development environment. Okay, it offers several advantages to developers. Okay, firstly, it streamlines the development process by providing comprehensive set of tools, not only a compiler. IDE give you a comprehensive set of tools such as code editor, that means debuggers, that I mentioned here, code editors, debuggers, as well as version controlling like managing code, okay, as well as that means all within a single platform. Okay, only one platform you can do this one. That means another advantage is, secondly, we can say the often offer the code completion and suggestion nodes. For an example, let's say now you need to write this one hash include stdio, you need to type hash include likewise. But if you are using an integrated development environment, it suggests that you are going to use this kind of hash include. Okay, it automatically correct your mistakes. Okay, therefore, if you are not wish to speak, unmute your mic. Okay, therefore, there are so many advantages available when you are using an IDE. Okay, now I am going to install an IDE. Okay, here we are using CLion IDE to compile the program. Again, students, if you are not wish to speak, mute your mic because that will disturb to others. Okay, you can open a normal traditional browser, whatever thing you have. Today I am going to install CLion IDE. CLion is provided by the JetBrains. Okay, you can type JetBrains search for the JetBrains. So JetBrains website is available. Okay. And here you can see there are several developer tools available. When you click the developer tool, there are several IDEs available. Okay. You can see CLion, PHP Storm, as well as DataSpell, Rider, IntelliJ IDEA. Okay. See, that since you are using a C programming language, you need to get the CLion IDE. Okay. So when you click the CLion IDE, you can see there's a download page available. Okay, when you go to the download page, you can see the CLion IDE available for several platforms, Windows, Mac OS, and the Linux. If you are using the Windows platform, you can download. You have to choose the correct file. That means exe file, or if you have that ARM64 based computer, you have to use this file. So usually you are using the normal computer, so you can use the exe file. Okay, if you are using the Mac operating system, you can go to the Mac OS section and download the relevant DMG file. Okay, here also version available for the Intel and Apple Silicon chips. Okay. And the DMG and the Apple Silicon chip. So sometimes you might not don't know what does it mean by Intel and Apple. For the Apple the Apple users, they know there are several chips available for the Macintosh operating system. That means MacBooks or any other Apple computers. So they can use, if they have the Intel chip, they can use the Intel DMG file. If you are using the Apple Silicon chip, they have to use the Apple Silicon one. Okay, if you don't know how to choose what is the chip installed in your Mac operating system, I will show you that how to do this one. I think now you can see Mac operating system in the screen, isn't it? Can someone respond whether my screen is visible to you or not?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes. So if you are using the Mac operating system, you can go to the Apple icon here and about this Mac. Okay. I'll show you again. You can select the that Apple icon and about this Mac. And here you can see your processor is Intel Core i5. Okay, that means this is an Intel chip. Okay, if you are using Apple Silicon chip, this may be mentioned as M1, M2, likewise. Okay, depending on your chips, you can get whatever the version available in the IntelliJ IDEA. Sorry, not the IntelliJ IDEA, that CLion IDE. Okay, for the Linux also, there is a version available. You can download whatever the thing. Okay, however, I have downloaded all the files and uploaded to the Moodle. If you want, you can download those files from the Moodle also. Okay, here, all the versions available. So most of you have the Windows operating system. You can download the CLion IDE for the Windows platform. Okay, I think you guys know that if you are download from university websites, that means UOMLK, whatever the one, it's I think it's data free. Okay, that we ask from all the ISPs, internet service providers, to provide data free service for education platforms in state universities in Sri Lanka. Okay, not only the University of Moratuwa, all the state universities, that means University of Peradeniya, University of Ruhuna. If you are accessing any website, that means any content, any resources using the state universities, that may be data free of charge, but I cannot guarantee that one because it is out of our control. That will be provided by the ISP, that means Dialog, Mobitel, Telecom, likewise. Okay, you know that when you are connecting to the Zoom also, you are connecting to the one of the Zoom servers in state universities in Sri Lanka, not the global servers. Okay, now currently you are connecting to the Zoom platform. No, it is not a global service. Okay, The servers are inside the Sri Lanka in state universities. Therefore, when you are connecting to the Zoom also, it is data free of charge. But we cannot guarantee that one because it is out of our control. The ISPs, they are promised to provide the data free platform for the all the state universities in the Sri Lanka. I think still it is available. Okay. So if you download those things, you can download this one without any data charges, because I think it may be about 700 megabyte file. If you have enough data in your package, so you can download directly from the website. Okay, I already have the downloaded one. Then we need to install that one. I think I downloaded to the programs. This is the CLion downloaded file. So you can double click and install this software. Okay, it asks to welcome to CLion setup. You can press the next, and it asks to destination folder where to install. So it installed to the default folder C program file JetBrains CLion. Okay, if you want, you can change by using the browser. And next. Okay, and if you want, you can create the desktop shortcut. I am not going to create anything. I click the next and install. It takes several times to install this software. I think it's take about 3 or 4 minutes. So while this is installing, if you have any question, you can ask. One student ask, okay, when you are asking any message, put it to the public, okay? Then everyone can see your message, okay? So one student asks, debug means what? Okay, debug mean, actually you will be learn the debugging part later in the that means future lab session and the upcoming semesters. So debugging means, so when you're writing the set of instructions, so here one instruction, let's say there are several these kind of set of instruction available. Okay, then debugging means you can check whether that when it is real execution, how does it happen? Let's say there are variables available, int k, and k equals 5. After that, int x equal 9. Okay, likewise you that means you wrote a particular program. Okay, sometimes the desired output is, let's say you need to print addition of k and x. Then you can create a variable. Don't worry, that you will be learn how to create those variables, those stuff. Int answer is equal k plus x. Okay, I just remove just these kind of stuff. Okay, then suppose that the answer should be 5 plus 9. Okay, then after that you transfer this one to the printf. I mean, you need to show that one in the output screen. Okay, don't worry, you will be learn those stuffs later. The debugging means you can see in the real execution what it happened. Okay, that means line by line. This is the line 1, this is the line 2, this is the line 3, this is the line 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, when the program is executing, you can put a breakpoint. You can ask the program to stop at this printf statement and show that how does the program is executing. Then your program show one by one what is the output of this one. After that, when you are creating int k, the k is in the memory. After that, it go to the next line. Then k where is a variable in the memory is assigned the number called 5. After that, there will be another variable called x in the memory, and the value is 9. After that, there will be another variable called answer. Answer is x plus 9. The answer variable has that 14. Okay. One by one, it shows the execution path. Then if you did the mistake, okay, you can identify by using the debugging. Okay, sometimes you might not get a proper idea at this moment, but that is the point of the debugging. Okay. Don't worry that you will be learn those debugging tools in future lab session and the upcoming semesters. Okay. Did you get a proper idea that 224.235D, or do you need further explanation? Okay. And there is another student. I am using ARM chip MacBook. I think I won't have any problem while learning the C programming language in the future. Yes, it doesn't matter. You can use whatever the operating system. You can use Windows PC, or if you have a MacBook, you can use that MacBook. If you have the Linux, you can use that one. There won't any issues. You can use whatever the that personal computer you have, whether it can be a Windows operating system, Mac or Linux. Okay, that 224.158T. Do you have any other issue? Okay, students, when you are sending the message, put it to the, I think you can send it to the public, isn't it? Messages, because all of the students send the message directly to me. Okay, I think you guys can send the message to the public, isn't it? Okay, I think now the software is installed, so I can finish this one. Okay, now you can see the software is installed in your computer. You can go to the this PC, see program files. Here you can see the JetBrains, and here you can see your CLion. This is the previous version I installed, 2022 1.1. This is the previous version, and this is the new version now I currently installed. The date modified is August 12. Okay, this is the folder now I installed. This is the previous installation because I already installed that one previously in this computer. Okay, now we successfully installed an IDE. Okay, actually we do not need an IDE to compile this kind of program. Okay, yeah, I remove the set of code. We do not need a set IDE to compile. If you wrote the code successfully without any syntax error or any error, you can compile this code to a machine readable language. Okay, that means executable file. Okay, you need only the GCC compiler. Okay, the IDE is not required. IDE required for so why do we need an IDE? So when you are using the IDE, actually it is very easy to write the code because there are debugging tools and the auto completion facilities available. Okay, you know that rather than typing something on the what you call this kind of notepad, if you are using the Microsoft Word, let's say you are using the Microsoft Word, this kind of one. Let's say now you are typing, hello, how are you? Okay. Okay, now if you put any mistake, how are you? You can see there is a mistake available. When you right click, it says there are several suggestions. Let's say you put this one as likewise, how are you? When you right click, it says it should be you. Okay, it gives you the suggestions in the Microsoft Word. But when you're typing in this kind of one, hello, how are you? Is it give you any suggestion? No. That is why I told you. So if you are using Microsoft Word, it is very easy to type. Likewise, if you are using an IDE, it is very easy to write the code because it has several features. Okay, but remember that IDE is not required to compile a particular piece of code in C language. You need only the GCC compiler. You need to install GCC compiler. Okay. But however, fortunately, when you are installing the IDE, CLion IDE, the GCC compiler will be installed automatically on behalf of you. You do not need to install it separately. But there are some IDEs available. You need to install the compiler separately. But the CLion IDE, I think it will be installed the compiler automatically to your computer. You can see the compiler available. You know, this is your folder that C program files JetBrains inside the CLion 2023.2. Here you can see a bin file. Bin means binary folder. Okay, you can open this binary folder. Okay, inside the binary folder, you can see there is a folder called min.gw. Okay, inside the min.gw, there is another binary folder available. Okay, bin mean it is a binary folder. Binary mean executable files are available. Bin mean not a recycle bin. Okay, bin mean it is a inside the bin. Usually it contains executable files. Okay, when you go to the bin, you can see several executable files are available. Okay, with the IDE, there are several executable files available, but you need only the GCC compiler. Here you can see the GCC compiler is available. We need to get this GCC compiler. Okay. Then what you can do, if you have this GCC compiler, you can compile this program. Okay. How do we compile this program? Okay. First, you need to save this one, this set of is a set of code in a particular place in your computer. Okay. Therefore, I open my computer, go to the C. Let's create a new folder. And I will rename this folder as what can I do? My C files. It is already available. Let's say my programs or something. Let's say I create this one as my programs. Okay. Now I am going to save my this piece of code inside the folder called my programs. Okay. You can go to the file, save as, or you can use the save and go to your location. It is in the C, my programs. Okay. Here you need to provide a particular name for your source code. Okay. Let's say I put the name as first because this is my first C program. Therefore, I put the name as first. Okay. And remember that file extension of the C program should be .c. Okay. You have to provide the file extension. I think you know what does it mean by file extension. Okay. That using the file extension, computer can identify which kind of file. Okay. The computer may have several kind of files. No, it can be a MP3 file and a video file, that means MP4 file, as well as JPG image files. Okay, likewise, several kind of files available. Computer identify the files by using the file extension. Okay, file extension is available at the end of the file name, separated by the dot. Okay, that means here you can see dot, after that C, that means this is a C file. Okay, if you use .jpg, that means this is a JPG file, that means image file. If you use MP3, .mp3, that means this is a audio file. Okay, if you use MP4, okay, MP4, that means this is a video file. We compute identify that file type. Okay, this is not a video file, or this is not an image file, or this is a C file, C programming file. Therefore, you have to put the extension as .c. Okay, as well as remember that this is the legacy notepad that available in the Windows environment. Although you put the .c, it automatically put the txt extension at the end of the file. That means .txt will be assigned automatically. Okay, do we need to put the txt file? No, we need only the .c. Okay, the computer automatically identify this is a normal text file. Therefore, it automatically put the txt because the save file type is txt. Therefore, you have to select this one and select all files. Okay, then computer automatically put whatever the extension you provided. Okay, now you put the .c, then computer save this file as the .c. Okay, if you are using any other notepad like notepad plus plus or brackets or likewise that kind of special tool, it is not required to change that one. It automatically identify this is a C file or Java file or whatever the one. But if you are using the traditional notepad, remember that the file type you have to put the all files. Otherwise, it may put the txt file automatically. Okay, now I put the first.c and save. Okay, now you can see the file is created here, first.c. Okay, now we need to compile this one because I told you we need to compile and get the executable file because only the machine can read the executable file. Then how do we get this kind of executable file? You need to get the command prompt first. Okay, command prompt. Okay, first of all, you need to check whether your GCC compiler is working or not, properly working or not. Okay, you can put GCC and press enter. Okay, if you get this kind of an error message, GCC is not recognized as an internal or external command, that means either that GCC compiler is not installed or the GCC compiler is installed, but the command prompt cannot find where is the path. Okay, I repeat this one again. If you get this kind of error, there can be two different meanings. One meaning is the GCC compiler is not installed on your computer. Then also this error message will be displayed because it cannot identify where is that. The second one is GCC compiler may be installed, but this command prompt doesn't know where is it. Okay, then what you have to do, you have to provide where is the GCC compiler available. Okay, so I minimize this one and I go to the computer. You know where is the GCC compiler available. You can go to the C drive. You can go to the program files. You can go to the JetBrains, CLion 2023.2 and binary folder. Inside the MinGW, inside the binary folder, you know this is the GCC compiler. So what is the path? Path is C program files, JetBrains, CLion, binary, MinGW, and bin folder, binary folder. Then what you can do, you can right click and copy this path as text and give the compiler, give this command from this is the path. How to put that path? You have to provide the command called path. Path then equal, then within the bracket, not the bracket, within the double quotes, you have to, that means you have to put the double quotes and cursor should come the inside the double quotes and right click and paste. Okay, this is the path. Okay, then press enter. Okay, now provide the GCC compile. Okay, now it gives you GCC fertile error, no input files. Okay, if you get this kind of one, that means your GCC file, that means GCC compiler is successfully installed. Okay, then you might type why this is an error, because GCC compiler cannot run itself without a source code. You have to provide the source code. The source code, that means we have created the source code now. Here inside the my programs, the first.c, you have to give the source code also. That is why it give you an error. However, it will give you the fertile error, no input file. That means input file. First input file is the first.c. If it is not available, it will give you an error because we have to provide that input file. Okay, I'll come to that how to provide the input file later. Okay, if you get this kind of error, fertile error, that means you have successfully installed the GCC. But when you are setting this kind of path, remember that this path is temporary. Sometimes when you close this one and open the command prompt again and type the GCC, again it says GCC is not recognized an internal external command because that path is only saved in that session, not permanently. Therefore, you need to set the path again and again when you are writing the program. Therefore, what you have to do, you have to set the path permanently in your environment variables in the operating system. Okay, in the Windows operating system, how to set the environment variable? What you can do, you can search the environment variable envi, whatever the one here. When you type the envi or short environment variable, whatever the one, you can see edit system environment variable. You can click this one and get the environment variable here. Okay, this is one way of getting the environment variable. And there is another way of getting the environment variable. You can right click your computer, this PC or whatever my computer, and go to the properties. Okay, once you go to the properties, here you can see advanced system settings. Okay, you have to click this advanced system settings, then also you can see that previous window appear again called environment variable. Okay, however, you have to set that path inside this environment variable. Therefore, click this environment variable. Okay, in this environment variable, you can see there are two windows available, user variables for this particular user and system variables. Okay, you have to go to the system variables. Okay, if you go to the user variable, again, whatever the path will be permanently set only for this user. Okay, if you have several users, then it is better to go for the system variables. In the system variables, when you scroll down, you can see there is a variable called path. Okay, what you have to do, you have to click edit this path and put your GCC compiler path to the here. There are several paths already available. That means Java path, MPI, system32. There are several binary files available. All the paths are available here. Okay. Here also you can see the MinGW path is available. But you can see it is 2023 1.3. The path is set. It is a previous path. I think that several file may not available inside that path because that is my previous path, no? 2022. Inside the bin, no GCC compiler available because I uninstalled that one. Although path is available, it cannot identify because that path is empty. Okay, you have to set the path this 2023, whatever the one. Okay, when you are installing this folder may not available in your computer. However, this is the path available, binary folder, MinGW, bin. Okay, this is the executable file. You can right click, copy address as text, and go to your this edit environment variable and click new path. You have to put the new path, and here paste, right click and paste your path. Okay. C program files, JetBrains, CLion 2023.2. Okay, previous one is 2022. It doesn't work. Therefore, I put the 2023.2 bin, MinGW, and bin and press enter. Okay, now you set the path permanently. Okay, then press enter. Sorry, press OK. Then again press OK. Again press OK. And then close this one. Okay. Okay, although now you set that environment variable, that GCC compiler may not recognize by this command prompt because this is started before you set the path. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් මේ command prompt එක open කරේ path එක set කරන්න කලින්. Okay, therefore this command prompt doesn't identify where is that GCC compiler. Therefore you have to close this one, again open command prompt. Okay, now type GCC. Now you can see it's worked successfully. Okay, do you have any issues up to now? Okay, seems to be no issues. Okay, now I am going to compile this program. Where is my program available? My program is available under my program folder first.c. Okay, so this is the code. Okay, now I am going to compile this code. Okay, this code is saved in first.c. Okay, how to compile? First, you have to go to this folder from this command prompt. Currently, you are in the users and Akila Varnapura, that means particular user. You are inside the different directory, not this my programs directory. Therefore, what you have to do, you have to go to the C and my programs directory. Okay, first of all, you have to go to the beginning of the path. That means you have to go to the root folder, root directory. Okay, in order to go to the root directory, you have to put the command called cd and backslash. Here backslash mean root folder. Okay, here this is the root folder. Okay, backslash and enter. Now you can see you are inside the root folder. Okay, that means you are inside this folder C. Okay, but your program is not available inside the C folder. It is available under the my programs. Therefore, again, you must go inside this my program folder. How to go this one? Graphically, you can double click and go, but in the command prompt, again, you have type cd. Cd means change directory. Okay, change directory and space, put the name of the directory. Currently, you are inside the C. Inside the C, you can see my program. So what you can do, you can type my, no need to type that everything, just type M or whatever the first 2 or 3 characters and press the tab key on your keyboard. When you press the tab key, it show you the whatever the available files, my C files. Why it is my C files? Because there is a my C files available from the M. Because you type just only the M now. Therefore, it shows the my C files is available. Do I need to go inside the my C files? No, I need to go to the my programs. Therefore, again press the tab. Now it show my Java. There's another folder called my Java. That is why it show my Java. Because starting from M, because you type only the first character. Again press tab. Now you can see my programs. Yes, I need to go inside my program. Okay, then press enter. Okay, now you are inside the my programs. Okay, in the command prompt. In the graphical also, in the graphical view also, now I go inside my programs folder. Okay, now what can I do? I can see inside the my program file folder, the source file is available. Source file means my C file. So now I am going to compile this one. How to compile? You need to write this command gcc. Okay, if you put gcc and press enter, again it give you an error. Because fatal error, no input files. You have to provide the input file. Okay, what is the input file? You have to provide gcc. Input file is first.c. Type F, that 1 or 2 letters is enough. Let's say F5 or whatever the 1 or 2 letters, then press tab. Then it automatically identifies you need to type the first.c. Okay, the first parameter is the source file. Okay, then you can provide the output file name, so there should be in here the source code. This is first.c, and there is output file. Output file also there can be whatever, let's say abc.exe. This is C file. It can be first.exe abc, you can put whatever the name. Okay, here you put first.c, output also can be first.exe or abc.exe or pqr.y, you can put whatever the name. Okay, you have to provide the name also in the command prompt, output file name. This is my source code. And when you're putting the output file name, you have to use the parameter called -o. -o mean output file. After that, put the space and put your output file name. Let's say ABC. ABC mean output file name. You can use whatever the name. ABC or PQR or whatever the name you like. Here I use ABC and press enter. Okay. Now you can see if you successfully wrote the code without any syntax, you can see it is compiled and output file is available abc.exe. This is the output file. Okay, how to run the output file? Because you know output file, when you execute the output file, it gives you the hello world. Okay, so how to write the output file? Just put the name of your file and press enter. What is the name? ABC. ABC. Okay. If you want, you can put just A and press tab. Then it will give you abc.exe. Okay. That .exe is optional. You can remove that one. Just abc is enough. And press enter. You can see the output is hello world. Okay. So since the hello world, there's a spelling mistake because I wrote this one as here. Hello world. Now I save this one. Okay. Now I save the hello world in a different way. Again, I run the output file. But still the missing is there. That means what do you call the spelling mistake is there. Why? Because exe file is created for the previous source file. If you need to get the exe file for the new file, you need to compile it again. Okay, how to compile? You have to provide this code again, gcc first.c -o abc. Okay, it is not required type this one again like gcc first dot like one. No need to write the code again and again. You can get the previously written code, that means previously typed code, by using up and down arrow keys. Okay, when you press the up arrow key, you can see previously entered command is available, ABC. Again, when you press the up arrow key, you can see the previously entered command, gcc first.c, this one. Okay. Then you can press enter. Okay. Now it's compiled and the previous ABC file has been replaced by the new ABC file. Okay. Now you can run ABC again. You can see now it print hello world successful. Any issues up to here? Okay. Think that you did the mistake. So there's a semicolon available. You erroneously, you mistakenly save this file without semicolon. Okay. Now think what happened when you go to execute, when you are going to compile this one, you can use the up arrow keys. Okay. Now I am going to okay, this is my source file and press enter. Now it gives you can see an error. What is that error? The printf hello world and there is a missing something. You can see error expected semicolon before closing the curly brace. Okay, there is a mistake available. So compiler give you I cannot compile this program because there is a syntax that your source code is syntactically incorrect. So you have to correct that one. So you can put this one. After that, you may save this file. Then you can compile this program. Now it works. Okay, any issues up to any issues up to now? There is a problem again. So how you get GCC first.c minus o ABC? Can you explain again? You need to type that one. That means if you want to compile this first.c and get the output file, you need to type GCC and you have to provide the input file name first.c, first.c. Okay, if you want, you can type whole thing, or otherwise you can type F and tab. When you press the tab, automatically it shows first.c, because from the F it has only one file, therefore first.c, and put space after that minus o, that means output file name, space, then you can put whatever the output file name, let's say pqr. Okay, you can provide pqr and press enter. You can see there's another executable file called pqr. If you want to run the pqr, type pqr and press enter. Then you can see hello world. It is not required to type the pqr, just type the p and tab, then it identifies pqr. Okay. Gunawardhana, did you understand that one, or do you need more clarification? Okay. Do you have any other questions? Shall we move to the IDE? Okay, now you know you wrote the codes in a legacy notepad. That means traditional notepad available in the Windows operating system. Okay. Now we can see how do we work with an IDE. Okay. CLion IDE. You can go to the search because we already installed the CLion IDE. You can type CLion. You can see it is available. You can open. Okay, now in the my PC, it's asked there is a previously installed JetBrains available in the previous 2022 version. Do we need to import settings from here? Okay, so because you don't have the previous installation, no? Therefore I use the do not import any settings. Okay, and press OK. You guys may not available. You guys may not visible this kind of window. Okay. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් මම දැන් මේ කලින් මේ ඉන්ස්ටෝල් කරපු හින්දා මේ ප්‍රීවියස් එකේ කන්ෆිගරේෂන් දිනවා මේකෙන් කන්ෆිගරේෂන්ස් ගන්නද කියලා අහනවා කලින් කරපු එකේ. හරි? දැන් මම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් ඉන්ස්ටෝලේෂන් එකක් පෙන්නන්න ඕනේ නේද? මම එහෙම ඉම්පෝට් කරන්න එපා මුලින් ඉඳන් යන්න කියලා පේනවා. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට එහෙම එකක් පෙන්නන්න නැති වෙයි. Okay? Okay, then I press OK. Okay, now it may be asked to activate. Okay, activate CLion IDE. Okay, you know the CLion IDE is actually it is a proprietary software. If you are using this IDE, we need to buy that one. Okay, or otherwise we need to use the trial. That means 30 days trial application. Okay, but fortunately for the education purpose, for the university students, the JetBrains, they give the educational license. Okay, you can ask the educational license from the JetBrains how to get the educational license. It is available in this PDF file. How can I apply for a free education license from the JetBrains? Okay, when you click this one, there is an issue in the extension in my one, so I will show it in my other laptop. Okay, you can see this kind of when you go to the jetbrains.com, you can see there is a sign in, that means sign up button. You have to click the sign up button. You have to go to this jetbrain.com and click the sign up button. And it will ask to sign up. You have to provide an email address. Okay. Do not give your personal email address, that means Gmail or whatever the one, because they do not provide license for your Gmail accounts. Okay. You have to provide your official email address, that means UOM email address. Okay. That means your email address may start from that your surname, and after that, how do your mail start from? Actually, I can't remember. It's
So it's name, initials, and dot batch.
Name, initials, and but however, you have this kind of email address, no? So this kind of that whatever the things after initial, after that .22 your batch name. Okay, after that uom.lk. Okay, that you have to provide that one. That your official email address should be provided. You know the email address. Provide that one to the here and create an account using your official email. Then it will give you the confirmation link. Go to your inbox and click the confirmation link. Then you have to provide that other details. Okay. After you create your account, this will indicate that there are no available license. Initially, it may show there are no available license. You must apply for a free education license by clicking appropriate link. There is a link available. Apply for free education license. Okay. Again, ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේකේ account එක හැදුවා කියලා එකපාරට license එක දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ apply කරන්න ඕනේ. So you have to apply because I think I created this one year before. Sometimes this interfaces may be different. Okay. However, you can apply for a free license, and you have to click the apply now. So guidelines are available. Then you have to provide I am a student and I am undergraduate, and provide your email address again, official email address, that uom.lk address, and provide those details. And there's a question again. Which one is the good for C programming among the code blocks and JetBrains? What are the difference between them? Okay, you can use whatever the one code blocks, that visual code or JetBrains. There are several IDEs available. They here in the for the lab session, I am using the CLion IDE because that is convenient to me. That is why I am ask you to create the CLion one. But if you are convenient for the code blocks or any other IDE, you can install that one. There are some differences available based on the IDE, but most of IDE give you the powerful environment to create programming, that means solve the problem using C programming language. Okay, you can use whatever the IDE you like. And there's another one. So are you uploading the recording? Yes, I will upload this one to the Moodle, recording of this content. Okay, now you can apply and for the product. Then it will give you thank you. And after that, you can start. So after you create that, whatever the account, what you can do, you have to provide I accept. Okay. Once you accept that JetBrains license has been successfully available, now all done, you can use whatever the user ID and password, that means your email address and password, to activate your CLion product. Okay. But my point is actually I can't remember my user credentials to activate CLion. So you can click their login available. Check whether its login is working. Yeah, I think I saved that one. Okay, once you create your UOM account, you can sign in using that one. Okay, authorization successful. You can close this page and return to IDE. Okay, now you can see it is activated. Once you click the activate, so license to that whatever the your name, subscription active until 2022 November 7, because I activated this one last year 2022 November. So my license is available for 1 year. Okay, that will be expired November 7. Okay, now you guys activate on today, no? That will be available until 2024 August. Okay, once it is expired, you have to reapply. Okay, after the 1 year, if it is expired, if you required to work with the IDE again, you have to apply for the license again. Okay, then you can press the continue. Okay, now here you can see the IDE available. If you want to create a new project, you can create a new project. Okay, the location where you can save the projects, you can change whatever the location. Here the C user Sakila Varnapura and CLion project untitled folder. That means here I save the files in the my programs folder. Likewise, if you want, you can you can change the location. Okay, here the save the files in here, and here it's show that the programming language is C++ executable. Okay, but we are not going to use the C++ language. We are going to use the C language. Therefore, use the C executable. Okay, the language standard, keep it as it is and create. Okay. At the first time when you are doing this one, it may ask, IDE may ask, where is the GCC compiler? That means tools are available. You know that you install that tools here under the program files. What do you call JetBrains and CLion binary folder. Under the MinGW folder, all the binary files are available. The GCC binary file available inside the bin folder. Other binary files required for the IDE is available here. Okay. මම සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් දැන් IDE එකට වැඩ කරන්න ඕන binary files තියෙනවා. executable file. The most important binary file එක තමයි මේ GCC compiler. ඒක තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ binary file එක ඇතුලේ. ඒ වගේම මේ compile එකට තව අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා binary files. ඒ ඔක්කොම binary files තියෙන්නේ මේ MinGW folder එක ඇතුලේ. Okay, therefore you have to provide where is the MinGW folder available to the IDE also, but it is not required. It is automatically identified that it is available in the C program files. When you click this arrow key, you can see it is available. C program files, JetBrains, CLion 2023.2 bin MinGW. It is available. If unfortunately it cannot locate that folder, you have to put this browse and show where is the location. Okay, මම සිංහලෙන් පැහැදිලි කරන්න. දැන් මේක CLion install කරද්දී මේ location එක automatic ගන්නවා මේ WinGW කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ කියලා. හරි, වැරදිලා හරි මෙයාට හොයාගන්න බැරි වුණොත් එහෙම මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් හින්දා මෙතනින් මේ ක්ලික් කරලා browse ගිහිල්ලා path එක දෙනවනේ කොහෙද WinGW folder එකේ තියෙන්නේ කියලා. මොකද එතනින් තමයි execute කරගන්න executable file තියෙන්නේ. Okay, now I think you guys can understand. It is not required, it automatically get. Okay, if not, you have to show the where is the path. Okay, then press OK. I am not going to change anything because it identified the path correctly. Then press OK. Okay, now sample C program written on behalf of you. Okay, hash include whatever the one. Now you can see, so this is convenient to the user rather than the notepad. Okay, notepad, all letters are, you can see it is in the black color. Not the letters, all the characters are in black color. But here you can see they are in several colors. That means important part, important instructions are in different colors for the identification. Okay, don't worry that you will be learned later what does it mean by hash include, what is this int, what is this main, what is this printf, what is return 0. You will be identify those things later. If you want to execute this program, if you want to compile this program and after that you need to execute all the compilation executable, you can do it using the one click by using this triangle icon, run. When you click this one, it automatically compile on behalf of you and run the program on behalf of you. But if you use legacy notepad, what happens? You have to compile first, after that run. But don't worry, when you are using the IDE, just click this one, that whatever the code you written here, that gcc first.c, those things will be written automatically on behalf of you. මේ වගේ ලියලිය එන්න ඕනේ නැහැ, මේවා automatically ලියලා දෙනවා ඔයාට. ඔයාට තියෙන code එක ගහන්න විතරයි. So when you are typing the code also, you can see that when you are typing, let's say you need to type the code again, you need hash, you can see hash include. So when you are typing in, it suggests the words include. Okay, but if you are using the notepad, you have type everything. And notepad use කරාම type කරගෙනම ඉන්න වෙන හැම එකම. නමුත් මේක එහෙම නෑ. මේවා මේ include එකේ පළවෙනි ටික ගහනකොට එයා දන්නවා මේ include තමයි ගහන්න යන්නේ කියලා. එයා අහනවා include කියලා. එහෙනම් enter කරනවා. Okay. Then you need to use the open and greater than and sorry, less than and greater than sign. After that, you have to provide stdio. So you can see it identify you are going to type stdio.header file. Then you can click this one. It's automatically put. After that, void main. Then you have to use opening and closing curly braces. Here you can say printf. Then you can put hello world. Okay, then you can run this program. You can see hello world. Okay, don't worry about that. What does it mean by void? What does it mean by here? The previously it mentioned that here the int main, and there is a return 0. Likewise, however, the same output is there when you are running hello world. Okay, I will give you a brief idea. What does it mean by main? What does it mean by int? What does it mean by return? What is include and stdio? Okay, don't worry, you will learn those things later. Here, when you are writing, so the main it is the main function. Okay, that mean function mean it is a particular task to be executed by the computer. Okay, and after the function is completed, int mean it will return a number. Okay, that means we are asking the computer to execute a particular task. Okay, after that, the particular task will return a particular number. For an example, let's say in the real world, there are 2 persons available. Okay, this person. Sorry, mute your mic. Okay. Suppose there are 2 persons A and B. Okay. Think that B can add numbers. They know how to add numbers. Okay. A can provide numbers 5 and 7. Okay. That B know how to add those numbers. Okay. When you add 5 and 7, B know the answer is 12. Okay. And B give to the A answer is 12. Okay. So if the A gives 3 and 5, then the answer should be, the previous answer should be 12. If the 3 and 5, answer should be 8. Okay. Then it is same as the programming language. B is a particular function. This person is a particular function. There are input files available, 5 and 7. If the input is 5 and 7, B output 12, a number. If the input is 3 and 5, B output, the answer is 8. It is a number. That always B is outputting a particular number. Okay. That is the meaning of here. That when the main program execute, it output a particular number. But do we need to output a particular number here? No. Then just return 0. Return mean output. Give a 0. Don't worry that you will be learn those things later. Don't mix about these functions and other things. Just know there are functions available, return types available, those things. Okay, and this is the particular program piece of code, print hello world on the screen. Okay, and this printf also a particular function. Okay, particular function mean it will give you, it will instruct computer to print hello world. If you type anything inside the printf, that will be output in the standard output, that means in your screen monitor or whatever the one. Okay, this function will provide the necessary instruction to your computer hardware to print hello world on the screen. Okay, but compiler doesn't know where is this function available. Compiler execute this line one by one. Compiler execute hash include, compiler execute int main, compiler execute printf. But when it is executing, compiler doesn't know what does it mean by printf. Okay, the meaning of printf is written in somewhere else. Okay, a different file. The meaning of printf is written in a different file called stdio.h. Okay, stdio means standard input and output header file. Okay, සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් compiler මෙම execute කරගෙන යනකොට compiler දන්නේ නැහැ මොකද්ද මේ printf කියන්නේ කියලා. දැන් printf එකකින් කියන්නේ අපි දන්නවා මේ hello world print කරන්න කියලානේ. නමුත් ඒක කොහොමද print කරන්න කියලා compiler එක දන්නේ නැහැ. compiler එකට අපි කියනවා මේ printf එක තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ file එකේ, ඒක ඇතුළට ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න කියලා. එතකොට compiler ගිහිල්ලා මේක ඇතුළට ගිහිල්ලා බලනවා කොහොමද print කරන්න කියලා. ඒක ඇතුළට ගිහිල්ලා දිනවා print කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. හරි? එතකොට දැන් මේක තිබුණ නැත්නම් මොකද වෙන්නේ? So if you miss this one, it will give printf is in the red color because compile doesn't know what is the printf. Okay, because it is inside the standard input and output header file. Okay, if you are using this kind of printf function, you have to provide where is that. Include mean take that header file to your program. That is the meaning of this one. Okay, most of students shouldn't try to put this one as studio.header, studio, studio. This is not the studio. Okay, this is stdio. Okay, standard input and output header file, stdio.h. Okay, දැන් සමහර ළමයි මේ ඔහේ වැරදිලා ගහනවා studio කියලා. මේ studio එක එතනින් එහාට වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැ. This is not the studio, this is standard input and header file. The meaning of printf is written inside this stdio.header file. That is why we include this one. Okay, the return mean I told you it is the return type. Don't worry that return 0 and the int and what is the functions like main, you will be learn later. And there is a question again. What is the meaning of format in printf? What is the meaning of format in printf? Here format. Format mean actually it is given by the IDE. That means you have to provide the format. What is the format to be printed? Okay, just the hello world. Format mean the name of the parameter written by here. Okay, but when you are providing this one, the format part is not available. Actually, when you put the format, so actually there is no such a thing available. සිංහලෙන් මේ format කියලා තිබ්බට ඇත්තටම මේ format එකක් නැහැ. මේ අපිට හරියට මේ type කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන තමයි එහෙම දේවල් දාන්නේ. Okay, but actually it is not there. Do you understand that, Muthukumaran? Actually there is no file. The format mean the variable name in that function printf. Do you understand that one? Okay, Muthukumaran, do you know the functions in C programming language? Functions. Did you learn that one? Then I can explain that part. What does it mean by format? Do you know the format? Do you know that functions? Yes or no? Then we can expand it little bit furthermore. Okay, still you don't know about functions, no? Okay, that when you learn the functions, I will show you that what does it mean by format. For an example, I'll write a function to add two numbers. Let's say add int number 1 number 2. This is also int number 1 and number 2, and return number 1 plus number 2. Okay, so this is a particular function. I told you that like a B, he will add two numbers and give the values to the A. Don't worry, you will learn those things later. So you can call this one. You can call this add function. Okay, when you are adding, you can provide the two numbers 4 and 5. Okay, and you need to provide the prototype here. Okay, you can see when you are adding, it show you number 1 and number 2. Number 1 and number 2 mean the variables name you provided here. Do you understand? So if you put a different name, that ABC, and here and here also ABC, then you can see the format is ABC. That it is just the variable name you provided. Understand? So don't worry that you will learn those things later. පටලව ගන්න එපා, මේවා පස්සේ කරනවා. ඒ variable parameter එකේ නම තමයි එතන පෙන්නන්නේ. Just a parameter name. The here format mean the parameter name of the printf function. Actually, you do not need to put that one because here you didn't put any format here. Likewise, do not put such a thing. Since this is IDE, it shows you that the format should be provided. Okay. Next one is Alvis. So, what is the difference between void and main? Actually, void mean does not return anything. That mean, for an example, so there are two inputs files available now. Okay, but this one does not return the answer. Nothing return. Nothing give. That means nothing provide to the caller. That means D කියන එකේන මොන input එක දුන්නත් output එක ගන්න මුකුත්ම දෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay, the void mean, sorry. Void mean you put void, you cannot return anything. That means you have to remove the return nose. That means no output anything. That is the meaning of void. Don't worry that you will learn what does it mean by void and int or that float or any data type later. This is just today I am just going to show you how to set up the environment for writing the program in your computer. අපි අද කරන්නේ environment එක set කරන එක විතරයි. මේවා තේරුම් පස්සේ කරන ඔක්කොම හරි. I will teach you all the things later. Any questions up to now? And I want to know that this license I already license for the education license for the CLion I taken from 1 year before. I don't know whether this license is still available or not. Sometimes they may be removed. That means they cancel the educational license also. Did anyone try out and get the license from the JetBrains? කවුරු එක්කනේ license එක අරගත්තද මේකේ? වැඩ කරනවද license එක?
I tried using the education license and it actually worked.
It's work, no? Then it doesn't matter. Then all the students they can use that one. Because I cannot apply the license again because there is a valid license until November. මට තාම නොවැම්බර් දක්වා license එකක් තියෙන නිසා මට ආපහු license එකක් ගන්න බෑ. මම දන්නේ ඇත්තටම වැඩ කරනවා කියලා වැඩ කරානේ. Okay, you guys it's working now. And there is another question. Sir, main is necessary. Can we use the different name? No. For the main function, we have to use the main. Main mean it is the main function. Main කියන්නේ ප්‍රධාන function එක මුලින්ම යන්නේ. ඒක නම වෙනස් කරන්න අපිට බෑ. We cannot use that one. For the other functions, we can use the different name, but the main functions we cannot change that name. Okay, any other questions? Okay, this is the installation of the, that mean installation the CLion IDE and creating the environment for C programming. And that's another one. So do we need this compiler if we have VS Code installed? Actually, yes. When you are installing VS Code or whatever the IDE, compiler need to be installed. That means IDE won't work without a compiler. Okay. But usually when you are installing an IDE, the compilers may be automatically installed. If not, you have to manually download the min.gw folder from the internet. Okay, that when you are installing the CLion IDE, that min.gw will be automatically installed. Okay, if you are using the Visual Code, you have to manually download the min.gw folder. Okay, that means if you already install CLion IDE and again you install the Visual VS Code, then if the min.gw folder cannot be identified, you can set the path because it is available in the JetBrains folder. You can set that path. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ Visual Studio Code එක දාද්දී වැඩ කරන්නේ නැත්නම් GCC compiler නැහැ කියලා කිව්වොත් එහෙම අපි දැන් CLion දැම්මට පස්සේ ඒක install කරලා තියෙනවානේ path එක. ඒ path එක පෙන්වන්න. ඒකට එයා ඒකේ වැඩ කරනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් වෙනමම මේ min.gw folder එක ගන්න වෙනවා compilation folder එක. You have to manually install min.gw from the internet. Okay? දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මම හිතන්නේ Visual Studio VS Code එකෙත් automatically ගන්නවා ඇති ඕක. නැත්නම් අපිට පෙන්වන්න වෙනවා. And there's another one. What is the installation process of GCC for the Mac operating system? Okay. For the Mac operating system, I'll show you. Okay, now I think you guys can see my Mac operating system. Can someone respond whether you can see my MacBook?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. When you are download the relevant DMG file, where I put that? Yes. So this is the CLion DMG file. So this is for the M1 MacBooks. So since my one is Intel, I use this one. So in the, what you call, for the Mac operating system, it is very easy. Just double click. When you double click, it asks to drag and drop to the application folder. What you have to do, you have to just drag and drop to the application folder. Okay. So it will ask for replace because it is already installed in my Mac. So it asks for the replace. So you can replace. So otherwise stop. So what you can do, just double click. After that, drag and drop to the application folder. Okay. After you put that one, it's in the application folder. You can search that CLion. Okay. You can see the CLion is available. Okay. You can create a new project. C executable. And after that, create. It is not required to put the compiler, that means GCC compilers for the Mac operating system. The Windows, that operating system itself, it has the GCC compilers. Okay, that if I explain that one in a different way, I think you guys have some idea of the operating system of the what you call Unix operating system. Unix operating system. So Unix operating system has a part for the Linux, and the Linux has several versions, that Ubuntu, Fedora, that Kali Linux. Likewise, there are several versions available for the Linux platform. So Unix is a proprietary software. Okay, by taking the Linux kernel, there's another operating system created by the Linux. It is open source. This is proprietary. Unix is proprietary. Taking the kernel, that's open source software available Linux. Taking the Unix operating system, the Apple Corporation, they develop Mac operating system, Mac OS. Okay. Okay. Therefore, basic Linux commands, sorry, not the Linux, basic Unix commands works in both Mac and the Linux. Okay. They use the same kernel. They develop their operating system in separate way. However, the Mac OS is a proprietary software. Okay. For the Unix operating system, that GCC, that means C compilers. It can be GCC or there can be several compilers. Not only the GCC, there are several C compilers available. Those compilers already installed in Unix operating system. Therefore, Linux, it is not required to install the GCC compilers again. Mac OS, it is not required to install the GCC compilers again. It is already available. Okay, but if you need IDE, IDE should be installed. Okay, that means if you need that one, if you want to get an IDE, IDE should be installed. So you can run this one. You can see output is hello world in the Mac operating system also. Okay, do you have any other questions? So do we need to compile through command prompts? Do we need to know? Yes, you need to know how to compile through the command prompt also. Because still you are in the first year students too, you need to know how to compile through how the compilation processes happen. So that means, so here I just give you the simple idea of how the compilation process happen. When you provide this kind of one, there's a huge process available when you are compiling. There are several parts available, linking and several things. You will be learned later in the future lab session. However, after all the process completed, it will give you an executable file. Okay. However, you have to memorize the compilation process. Okay, this is just a simple commands that GCC compilation command that directly you get the output file using this one. But you must know how the compilation process happens. The theoretical part also you have to learn. Okay, any other questions? If you don't have any question, I can wind up the class for today. And the next week onwards, we can do the practical things, how to solve the problems. I will prepare a lab sheet for you. We can create sample, we can solve the real world problems in the next week and onwards. Up to here, do you have any issues? Another one. So although I gave the path of the GCC in CLion, it says not found. I think you have put the screenshot. You have provided the actually GCC executable file. Do not provide the executable file. Provide up to the min.gw folder. So if you can share your screen, I can show you that. That Fernando KJN, can you share your screen? Or did you solve that problem? Okay, go to the configure. Click that configure. Okay, now provide only the min.gw. Do not go inside the bin. Provide up to the min.gw. Yeah, remove that part. And press OK. Okay, then apply. It can identify the other things. Apply, then OK. Okay, now try to run the program. Did you solve the problem? Or still exist?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, seems to be you don't have any other questions, so then I can wind up the class. No questions. Okay, no questions. Therefore, I conclude the lab session. Thank you for the participation. Next week, we will do the practical session with the real world examples, how to solve the problem real world problems in programming language. Okay, thank you for your participation. I conclude the lab session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.